Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hold on a second. Just set this thing up. Um, I got an email from Greg. I'm gonna share with you. He's going over the video that I did the other day. Ripple has real clients, unlike any other crypto. And he says, "Lou, the only person I'm trying hard to get to buy more XRP is my mom." Tell mom I said hi. Hi, mom. I wouldn't waste any more my time trying to convince other people. I've told a few people, and if they want to do it, they will do it. You shouldn't have to try so hard to help people either. They want it or they don't. Thanks for all the new not AMC videos, Greg. P.S. When the time comes, you won't even need to say, I told you so. When my time comes, I'll finally be able to do it. And he has this Frank Sinatra My Way video. I promise I'll sing that in Punta Cana. All right, let me just say something. The whole XRP thing, it's been an ongoing roller coaster ride for some people because it came over from the AMC world. So it's a very weird thing. And unlike stocks, you're not looking at it like a stock. It's a weird thing. I don't blame people because, see, most people look at crypto like, is it going to go up? Is it going to go up? But the reality is with XRP, it's been going up every single day, but it's going up in a different way that people could think of. Those partnerships they have, those implementations they have, the network they're putting around the world, the automatic market maker for the liquidity pools in different key spots in the world, the alliances, the ISDA, everything that's going on. I'm gonna give you one. 2 seconds. I wasn't gonna do this one down. I have it here. Okay. This is directly off of the Swift website, so it's there. With the competition of FinPlus, RMNA, Bootstrap, the new starter early adoption, it's been a busy last few weeks in the CBPR world for our community. In particular, there has been a further progress in messaging interface upgrades for the receipt and handling of multi-format and max messaging. Hold on a second, that might sound all crazy, but they're just talking about the fact that the new advancements that they're putting out there. So they put this out there for the people that utilize the Swift system, not us, the banks. Now, though everyone's focus should be on testing, you're talking about implementation. There is only September to mid-November to prepare for the big go-live date of 20th of November. Understand something. The blockchain messaging, the whole ISO coin, all the banks being put in place hasn't even started yet. Everything that's going on is getting into position. That's all it is. Like, that's why it's hard for people to understand. And I know that a lot, look at, out of all the XRP holders out there, is only a little fraction of us. So when this thing goes, obviously it's going to be unbelievable. But I'll put it in a simple way for you. Bitcoin's going to be pumped up into the hundreds of thousands. Okay, you're hearing it here. They're going to pump it up because Wall Street turned Bitcoin from a digital currency into a store of value. And they're the ones storing the value. So they're gonna pump that fucking thing up. They're gonna make a killing, and then they're gonna get out and let everybody hold the bag. I'm warning people. Ethereum is gonna pump up with it because the whole smart contract feature, it's something that everything's being tokenized. So all the Ethereum contracts on it are gonna pump up Ethereum even higher. And then you take a look at XRP underneath. You think XRP is going to stay at 50 cents? 50 cents when at the end of the day, it's taking over the entire digital liquidity and digital messaging for finances. That sucker's also going to work because that is digital cash at this point. It's being recognized as that. As a matter of fact, I got one here for you. 2 seconds. Let me just do this over here. Let me just go into my email. Because I saw it this morning as I was like having my coffee trying to recover a bit. It's from David. And the subject line is Ferrari. Hey Lou, hope you're good. I'm good. Hope you're good too. I just read about how Ferrari are now accepting XRP as one of the type of crypto payments. Looking good. See, Sandman. Let me tell you something. XRP is filling the role of a currency, Bitcoin. It's filling the role of smart contracts, Ethereum. But it's doing something that both of those things can't do. Digital blockchain liquidity for banks, and let's face it, combination of the messaging replacing the SWIFT system. So the money messaging moving back and forth. The worth of it is astronomical because it's not for us, it's for the banks and for central governments. I can't convince people to do what they're gonna do. My hand to God, may he drop a brick on me today. I upped my position yesterday substantially. And it's not because I'm gonna ever spend that money, because it's not even possible. I'll do a lot of good things with it, help a lot of people. But that's all it is at the end of the day. You know, you can't convince people to do this thing. At the end of the day, you know, life, that's how it is. I won't say I told you so to people, because I learned a long time ago that I'll give you this little one here, because I'm gonna close down the office. Really, I'm just gonna step away from my desk for a couple of days. I need the rest. I'll still be in my living room fucking around with you people, but just when I'm here at my desk, I get into like totally deep dive type stuff. But let me just tell you why I don't tell people I told you so. A lot of years ago, we had, listen, Wall Street, people need go back in time. We used to have newsstands in New York City. So these newsstands had everything you needed in it, from gum to pens to cigarettes to drinks to coffee, whatever. And there was a guy that he used to work at the newsstand. It was just like his newsstand. And, you know, I saw this guy all the time. I was a kid growing up. And, you know, it was to this point where, you know, through the process of it, I was the kid, but I was becoming the young man, and I was making my paper. You know, and I knew him. I knew him back and forth, back and forth. He was from, I think off the top of my head, I think he was from Yemen. And he was a cool guy. And, you know, he's one of those guys that had, a sharp, like, tongue to him. He was always being sarcastic. But he was a cool guy. So I remember one time through the process, because I saw him working there in the heat of the summertime, freezing winter. But he was always like, I'm making my money. This is what I came to America for. I'm making my money. But I learned a whole new thing. Here I am, rich and graveyard, and everybody else, and I'm learning that they're in the middle of the money business. Like I saw something totally different. This guy being on Wall Street, I'm thinking to myself, like, my God, like, how could you say you're making money? You're standing in the middle of all this. But anyway, I remember there was one, you could say, stock tip. But it was one of those things where when it came down, like everybody in the circle kind of like knew, like, yeah, this is gonna be pretty big. And I remember seeing him one day, and I told him, listen, I know you don't like fucking around in the markets and stuff like that, but there's this company that has a technology that's going to keep cell phones like connected, like from antenna to antenna, is like going to keep the packages going. This is when cell phones first came out. There used to be a lot of dead zones, but there was this one company that was bought out by Qualcomm. But nonetheless, it had a technology that it would immediately help your cell phone search for repeater services. So you will always kind of stay connected. That was going to be huge, because what was the worst part of early cell phone? Hello, you there? You there? And this technology basically anticipated you getting out of a dead zone, getting out of a live zone into a dead zone. So it started to hunt for repeaters, and sometimes even bounced off of other phones. That's why we have such great cell service now. So I told him, this thing is cheap right now. This thing right now, I think it was like at 36, 31 cents. I'm like, load the boat with this stuff, whatever. And he was like, no, as for all of you, and then he started saying all this thing that, at the end of the day, everybody here is going to be broke and that's going to be a waste, but I'm making my money, whatever. I didn't think anything of it, and I kind of got offended by it. The fact that I did a good thing, and at the end of the day, I kind of got it thrown back in my face by a guy that I thought was cool people with me. So I wasn't even going there anymore because it left me just with a bad taste. Couple of months later, the stock hit. The stock hit big, and obviously a lot of people made money, all kinds of stuff like that. And I was young. I was one of those, I didn't have the maturity yet as a man. I was young. So I was about to go back and tell him, I fucking told you, you fucking whatever. I was about to throw it in his face. And it was a problem. When I went back to the newsstand to tell him all this stuff, whatever, well, at the end of the day, he fell behind in his payments and the newsstand was gone. And I realized something. I was like, wow, like that kind of like caught me. Like that was like something changed there. Because real estate prices were going up in New York and shit like that. And this newsstand, they just jacked them, his lease, whatever. So he was gone. And I had to stop myself, and I said to myself, what was I going to get out of telling him I told you so? At the end of the day, I won. That's all that mattered. And that's all that has to matter inside. So I never allow myself to do that because, I caught myself and I felt that was like that's like people on YouTube that they say that, yeah, they're rich, they got money, they got this, they got that. No, they don't. No, they don't. Anybody that has money doesn't, do you understand what I'm saying? This shit is inside of you. So I tell people all the time, when you allow that, especially in a man, when you allow that to come out, that's the smaller you. You don't want the smaller you. And understand something, at the end of the day, the silence of victory, when you win, you will get silent, you will think. So I tell people, you will have that walk, and then you will understand that you have now met the real you. No more fear of bills, no more anxiety of, certain things that have to be done. Your car blew the transmission. So what? You go take care of it. You have people that you love and family need help. Guess what? You can help them. That's all that matters at the end. That's all that matters. So with XRP, you have to understand it's a technology. It's not a stock. That's why when people talk about market caps, and I'm like, you gotta be crazy. This is a technology no different than I saw that day when I wanted to tell Emil about it. And at the end of the day, he didn't wanna hear me. He didn't want to hear me. At that price, you know how many hundreds of thousands he could have gotten in like 1990. What was it? Like, I remember Qualcomm was making the phones. It was early must have been like 1998, 9. That kind of money it would have been everything. But you have to understand, some people will understand, some people won't. Not everybody wins in the money game. Some people get lucky, some people don't. That's why at the end of the day, there's all of New York City, and then there's a little bit of Park Avenue. I learned that from Graveyard. I never forgot that one. So, Johnny Loves, next video will come from, I'll be at the living room. We'll do some lives and stuff like that. I just used to take some, can't be taking any more of these, so I got to get away from the desk. I'm doing way too much reading and all kinds of stuff. So remember, at the end, the people that are in this are going to win. This is not a stock. This is a technology that the financial world is already embracing. They're going to take it over. This is like people that could have invested in a lot of key things coming over. We're not supposed to be in it. We're a very small population of it. And at the end of the day, when it hits, the amount of money that it's going to be worth, it's going to be astronomical. Considering also at this end of the day, people are like, it can never be worth that. So why is Ethereum at 15? Why is Bitcoin at 30 or 20 cents? What the fuck it is? Let me tell you something. I gotta take this message down, but I don't have any doubt we'll win on this because this ain't no fucking stock.